So like example A, this is like your carb, sir. Your carb sits on the motor like this. The front of your car would be back by the door. This whole top plate is going to have to come off. Your fuel comes in here, right there. And inside here is a little, it's kind of like a hex nut thing with a little prong sticking out the end of it. And you will need a carb gasket for when you do all this. Because, don't ask me how I know, but if you put a carb back together without this whole gasket on top, it will leak. And then weird shit will happen and, Volkswagens catch fire and, shit like that. Please hold as I attempt to take off the screws. Don't ask me where I got this carb from, that's classified. Okay, so obviously you know how a carburetor works. Gas comes in here. The float is in this bowl. When the float comes up, it stops. One more. Just when I thought I was good. Okay. Carburetor bowl, all that good stuff. Your float would sit right in here, right in these two things, and then so all your gas is going to go down into, let's see, is that going to pick it up? Right there. That's where all your gas goes in, at least on this carb, right there. There's a little hole down on, it's weird because this camera is in backwards mode, right there. It all goes in right above my finger. As you can see, it goes into the main jet, comes out to here, obviously dumps it into the motor, and when that float sits in the bowl right in here, and when the float comes up, the way this works is this is completely full of gas. When the float comes up, it pushes on this little valve right here. See how this little valve is kind of stuck up? It should sit like that. When it's open like this, this means the float is now down. The float is down here. It is not touching this valve. And when the float comes up, because it's full, it goes like this. And it stops it. So what your thing is doing is your float is probably a little too low, and this is sticking up here somewhere. So you already don't have enough gas in there. And when you go around the corner and the float rises and shuts it off or whatever, and whatever happens, general driving and all that good stuff, this valve will cause the float to close. And when the float's closed, this goes in and it blocks these two holes. This is where all your gas comes in to fill the bowl. When these are closed, you don't get any gas. When you don't get any gas, what does your car do? Okay? There's your video on why your carb's not working.